In this part 2 of the PQ problem, we're going to calculate the load at the work centers and compare that to the available time at the work centers to see if there is any shortage or excess capacity. So what we're going to do, I've already started this by listing the work centers A, B, C, D, and this is important. You want to make sure that you keep your work lined up with your products because you'll get really confused if you don't. So the first thing I'm going to do is calculate how much time I need at work center A to complete 1 alpha. So I'm doing this by work center for each product. So work center A is going to take 15 minutes, and I need to make sure that's all of the A I'm going to take. So this is the line all the way up to alpha. I start with raw material 2, go up looking for alpha, or sorry, A for product alpha, and it's just the 1, okay? And I'm going to produce as many as 100 of those. So those are the two numbers, 15 times 100. I'm going to look at work center B then, and I'll go the same process, start with the raw materials, go up the flow, no B there, raw material 2 up, there's 1 there, and that's the only one, so again that's times the quantity that I'm going to produce. Work center C, and that is going to start with raw material 1, here's 1, and let's see if there's any more C required. Raw material 2, there's 1 right there. So I have to add that in. Now I have to edit this cell a little bit to put parentheses in to make sure that the function takes place correctly. So that's again times 100. Note that I'm clicking on the cells so I pull cell addresses into this. I'm not typing numbers in because if you make a mistake with typing, you're going to have a harder time finding it. Cell addresses are a much easier way to keep track of this. And if the cell address changes, then you don't have to go looking for all of the numbers to change also. So work center D, let's see from here, there's 10. And start with raw material 2, that's the same 10, so that's the only 10 in, or D in there. Alright. And I'm going to skip ahead for a little bit, so I'll go ahead and fill the rest of these out and let you do that also. Okay, so I've filled in the rest of these values, done the calculations for each of the work centers for each of the products. Now the next thing we need to do is total those up. So this is easily done with just the AutoSum function. Make sure you capture all the data there. And then I'm just going to draw that formula down and let the computer do the calculations for me. Now, the time available is, in this case, fairly straightforward. Remember, there are 40 hours in a week, and that's all. No overtime's available. So I've got 40 hours in a week, and there are 60 minutes in an hour, so there are 2,400 minutes available in the week. And it's the same for all of the work centers. There's only one of each, but they can each work as much as 40 hours a week. No more, but they can work less. So the next thing to do is to find out if there is a surplus or deficit. So in this case, I'm just going to again copy a formula down and let's see what we have. Alright, we have a deficit. So I'm going to highlight this B row as being an important row. We're going to have to pay attention to it because that is the system constraint.